violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
And Atlanta police needs help finding a man linked to an assault with a gun that happened late last year. This was at the Chevron off Highland Drive back in early December. APD just now releasing these images today, so come take a look at your screen.
Dang. So apparently it took the police a little second to find this guy. Well, they probably had him identified already. Thought they were going to be able to scoop him up, but he laid low. But he shot a gas station clerk, man. This is the thing I don't get. Like, you're not going to get much from the gas station clerk. Most people are paying at the pump anyway. So what do you think you're going to really get from a gas station? Some chips? Some candy? Maybe? Stick of gum?
They say the man was told by an employee not to urinate behind the building. That's when he assaulted and pointed a gun at someone, while a second man assaulted another employee who tried to...
Wow. So they told him not to take a piss behind the building. He didn't care. He was going to do what he wanted to do. And instead of saying, you know what, you right, my bad, he goes and assaults the clerk. Like, this is why Super Gremlins can't have nothing nice, because if you think we're doing that on other people's stuff, imagine how we take our own stuff. That's why when you live in one of these multifamily apartment complexes, when it's majority Super Gremlin, the elevators got piss in them, the stairwells got piss. I mean, you're going to see blunt wraps, cigarette butts everywhere. I mean, it's just a mess. Because we don't want to take care of nothing. That's the problem in the community. And instead of saying, hey, you know, I was wrong, let me go find an actual bathroom, you go and assault the clerk for correcting you on your poor behavior.
An employee not to urinate.
Piss poor behavior.
Urinate behind the building. That's when he assaulted and pointed a gun at someone, while a second man assaulted another employee who tried to step in and help. If you have any information on this, if you recognize the people in those photos, if you were there and saw anything, please call Atlanta Police, the Aggravated Assault Unit, or Crime Stoppers of Atlanta. The tip line is there on your screen.
Activists say many of the young men, who some call water boys, sell water to help their families. Now, a reformed convicted felon has teamed up with the owner of a new business to get at-risk teens and young adults off the streets. People to People's Michael Seiden takes a look at how this program is changing lives.
Write it down all right here.
Yeah, there you go.
They may have started out on completely different paths.
You guys show the initiative and willpower to want to work and to be better.
But for reformed convicted felon Myron, the prison Dr. Fontaine,
And just try to transform their lives from going to a place that I went for some time for vehicular armed robbery when I was...
And, you know, look at these little homies. Came, pulled up, ready to work. They were former water boys. And we know what type of time these water boys are on. But they decided, hey, they want something better for their life. And that's great, you know. Hopefully they do the right thing. Hopefully they do the right thing. Okay. But my question is, how long before, it may not even be them, but they get to talking, yo, we got this job. They be having cars, da 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 da. How long before one of them or one of their friends hear about the job and think it's a clean lick to take off with one of these cars? That's my main concern. But hopefully they take the job seriously and, you know, try and advance for real. because we know in the community it only takes a little bit of peer pressure to turn an upstanding citizen to a super gremlin on demon time.
Prison Dr. Fontaine.
And just try to transform their lives from going to a place that I went for some time for vehicular armed robbery when I was 19 years old.
And Buckhead business owner Jim Thomas.
I think everybody deserves a chance.
It's their shared goal to empower at-risk youth and young adults.
Jim has offered On-Site Shine as a place where I can now.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Jim has offered On-Site Shine as a place where I can now mentor kids and hire them to work here and pay these kids up to $15 an hour and potentially even more money if they can graduate up to the detailing and waxing of these cars.
Located at the intersection of West Paces Ferry and Northside Drive, On-Site Shine, a luxury detailing car studio, is in the process of hiring at least 30 at-risk teens and young adults, some of whom have spent the last several months selling bottles of water on the street corners. It's an opportunity that these teens say they couldn't pass up.
Yeah, I feel way better about myself, you feel me? I feel like take my life in a whole nother direction.
Guaranteed money, I say. I mean, it's better than cutting grass and like selling water and stuff. So.
This is just the simple.
You heard what he said is better than cutting grass. You know, I think this goes to show this is why a lot of Hispanics are coming up. Okay. On average, they're not making more than black men, but they're coming up because they got that hustle. They don't say, oh, this is better than cutting grass. They probably do both. They know about cars and cutting grass. So, I mean, shout out to these brothers definitely for trying to look for something different. I have no problem with the program. I hope it works. I hope they stick to it. And I hope they don't burn this bridge for other future water boys. But, you know, you just got to pay attention to what people say.
Money, I say. I mean, it's better than cutting grass and like selling water and stuff. So.
This is just the simple stuff.
But it's more than just about making money.
At the end of their workday, the young men are required to take part in a mentoring class. APD said they're seeing fewer of these young men on the streets.
New details tonight. We now know the name of the man police found shot and killed in Atlanta early this morning. Police identified him as Thomas Arnold. His body found just before 8 this morning on Elizabeth Street. Here's a look at Arnold. And this happened near where the Beltline crosses Freedom Parkway. Here's new video of the scene as well tonight. APD homicide investigators are working at this hour to figure out what led to Arnold's death. One woman who lives in that neighborhood says seeing the crime scene so close to her apartment was a jarring experience.
When I saw the picture on like the Instagram story of this exact, I'm like, this is very familiar. I live right there, so it's pretty scary. Didn't really think it would get this close to home, but.
Yeah, it's it's there. And what do you think she's referring to when she says it? Okay. I'll answer that for you. She is referring to super gremlins on demon time.
I mean, I guess anything can happen at this point.
Again, Atlanta police finding the body of Thomas Arnold before 8 o'clock this morning. If you have any information in his death, you're asked to call the Atlanta Police Homicide Unit or Crime Stoppers. Those numbers you can find there on your screen.
Police asking for your help tonight after this man was found dead on the Atlanta Beltline. Thomas Arnold's body was found with a bullet in it near Inman Park. We brought you that breaking news on Channel 2 Action News at noon and then broke the news that police identified the man on Channel 2 Action News at 6. Neighbors shocked to find a body there on their morning walk today. And Channel 2's Ashley Lincoln live in Northeast Atlanta now. Ashley, you followed police as they canvassed that area.
That's right, Justin. A lot of questions and concerns coming from those Inman Park residents tonight. We were out here as police were handing out this flyer of the victim, Thomas Arnold. They are hoping that by passing out these flyers, it will lead to some answers in this case and eventually an arrest.
Well, it's a beautiful Saturday, and honestly, we're thinking about moving here from Chicago.
It's a back.
Wow. Atlanta is going to be Chicago shortly, so you wait on it.
Drop that has the makings for a perfect Saturday. Runners, dogs, and families taking in all that the Atlanta Beltline has to offer.
This doesn't seem like a place where shootings would occur, so that's kind of disturbing, that knowing that just happened right here.
But in the early hours of Saturday morning, the popular walking trail was outlined with crime scene tape.
We've collected some ballistic evidence. We've also spoken to some people that were in the area.
Well, I was shocked. Atlanta police told Channel 2 Action News they responded to the area of Elizabeth Street and Bernina Avenue, where the Beltline meets around 7:30 in the morning. They say Thomas Arnold was found dead with a gunshot wound.
He's 60 years old, and we are still in the process of trying to conduct a complete victimology.
I wanted to figure out if it's something that happened last night or if it was something that happened this morning.
Residents who live nearby tell Channel.
It doesn't matter when it happened. I mean, these super gremlins are active, you know, at night, in the morning. You know, the early super gremlin gets the worm. Okay, never forget that. The early super gremlin gets the worm, and they're starting to commit these heinous acts of demon time during the day, in the morning. Like, the first thing they do is go kill a glider, you know what I mean? So this is becoming normal.
They heard a woman screaming for help after finding Arnold's body.
This is close, and it's concerning.
Hours after his body was found, police canvassed the wooded area of the trail and knocked on neighboring businesses in hopes of finding new leads.
But I don't think since I moved in 17 years ago has there been a murder within Inman Park.
Residents who knew Arnold said he dined at a nearby restaurant Friday near the Beltline. Police say they have a wide time frame to look into on when the shooting occurred.
We're looking at from approximately 10 p.m. to maybe 7 a.m. this morning, so we're trying to narrow that time frame down.
Just the concern as to whether it was you have to say it, whether it was a personal crime or a random act of violence.
Residents say while police continue to investigate, they hope a lead comes soon.
Our focal point now is to try to gather as much information as we can.
And Ashley Lincoln back with us now live tonight. Ashley, you mentioned there that police have been speaking with residents and businesses. Are they looking at other avenues of hopes of getting clues?
They are, Justin. We do know that there are some cameras on the Beltline, along with cameras associated with the businesses in this area. Police tell us that they have requested that footage, and they plan to go through all of that footage, and hopefully it will lead up with some more information on who is responsible for this horrible situation. In the meantime, they're asking anyone with information to contact them. We have that information in this story on our website at WSBTV.com, Justin.
Yeah, such a shocking thing for folks there in that area.
Fans remembering a man found shot to death near the Atlanta Beltline. This is a picture of Thomas Arnold. His family says he was selfless, caring, and genuine. Channel 2's Michael Seiden joins us live from Southeast Atlanta. And Michael, the man's friends and family have a theory now about how he died.
Yeah, no question, Linda. Friends and family I spoke with believe that Tom Arnold was the victim of a random attack. Now, I want to give you some perspective of where we are. Take a look over here. This is the Atlanta Beltline East Side Trail. You know, you got the skate park and then Ponce City Market. And then I want to come back over here because you go up this path, which is going to take you into Inman Park, and it's right up there at the top of the hill. That's where this man's body was found.
Tom was a friend of all, and this seems like a random tragedy.
Still in shock, Tom Arnold's close friend and neighbor asked me not to identify him, but agreed to speak with me by phone Monday, just 2 days after Atlanta police say the 60-year-old Atlanta resident was found shot to death near the Beltline in Inman Park.
Wow, man. And this is random, like they said. just a random encounter with a super gremlin on demon time, and the reason why I'm just assuming that it is because it kind of reminds me of the Piedmont Park situation where the young girl and her dog were stabbed up. So very similar situations, public place, and it's unfortunate, man, but like I said, anybody can get it, and that doesn't include, you know, senior citizen glider men.
Tom lived in the neighborhood and oftentimes would just walk to and from, you know, restaurants or shopping to friends' houses, and so this was just a regular routine walk back home.
According to Tom's friends and family, the beloved member of the in-town community was walking home after eating dinner with friends at an Inman Park restaurant when something went terribly wrong. The following morning, police responded to a report of a body off Elizabeth Street. Right now, police aren't releasing any information regarding the circumstances of his death, but loved ones believe someone saw something, and they're now urging the public to come forward with information that could lead police to his killer. Tonight, heartbreak for a kind, caring, and selfless man who left behind a legacy that will continue to inspire others for years to come.
Whenever someone needed a helping hand, Tom was there to lend his. He was an avid outdoorsman, a mountain biker, and an active volunteer for Trees Atlanta.
Yeah, that friend right there was actually reading from a prepared statement. We've got that full statement on our website, WSBTV.com. One more quick note. Family and friends tell me they are working with police. They are expecting to offer an additional reward. As soon as they give us that information, we will pass that along. For now, we are live just near the Beltline in Atlanta. I'm Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.